If you didn't just watch this whole thing get done, you'd have no idea how ugly this was. I can't believe how long this has taken me. Probably almost 16 to 20 hours, somewhere in there by now. Welcome back to another episode of Broke Premiere, guys. If you are new to the channel, we've been working on my 2009 Volkswagen Routan that has 163,000 miles, and I picked it up for $1,300. I got it that cheap because we discovered in the first episode that the windshield was destroyed. Also that it was a work van that we're currently trying to turn back into a family van. The front bumper was falling off, and it had this dying issue where it kind of just starts and then dies by itself. I think I figured out that problem since. I'll probably get into that more later on. But in the second episode, we ended up going to the junkyard and trying to get all new seats for the car to make them fit correctly so that this thing can be a family van again. The only problem was that the floorboard did not match. So in the third episode, we went back to the junkyard, got a new floorboard, new latches to the seats, and finally everything is in the correct place. The other thing we did in the third episode was we tackled the headliner. And for those of you that have been watching, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I did not think it was going to turn out this good. I thought it was just gonna look that good wet, but after coming out here and seeing it all dried, I am incredibly pleased with how well this headliner turned out. You just couldn't get better after this thing being a work van and how filthy and grimy it was. Very pleased with how it turned out, but my goal for right now is I would like to start tackling all the plastics. So right now, I think I am going to start with the dashboard and probably the rails that go up to the headliner. Let's get at it. All right, guys, it is about 4 hours later. I think it took like 4 hours to clean that dash. It took a lot of just little bits of elbow grease everywhere, but it came out amazing. Look at this. I mean, if you had never seen it, you would never know this was a work van. It came out so dang good. I'm so pleased with it. I honestly cannot believe it came out this good. I thought there'd be a lot more scarring. There definitely is here, which again, I'm probably gonna take the torch to and kind of burn some of those spots just to make them a little softer. But what I wanna do right now is I do wanna paint this shroud and probably this bucket as well. I say both just because if you look right here, all of this has been scraped away. So this was a layer of paint that's been taken away. And it's just gonna look ratty, especially when it's like the closest thing to your eye level besides the steering wheel and the mirror. It's just like in that line of sight. So I definitely wanna make this look pretty. So right now my goal is to take this off, sand them down, and then paint them a nice coat of like flat black. It'll basically look pretty similar to this coat, I believe, when it's all done. Because this is more of like a gray tint to it, and this is more of a deep black. So I think it'll just basically match this well to create a nice line connecting the two. While that's all drying and I'm setting that up, I'm going to start tackling the doors. They are pretty rough. I think I'm gonna take the drill with the bristles and kind of go into the door, spray some soap and try to get, it looks like coffee fell down that door. Just put a bunch of little stains in that, like the honeycomb area of the speaker cover. So I think I'm gonna take the drill with the bristles and kind of just break it loose with some soap, clean up this door, and then I'm also going to attack this door. I would like to, I don't know if I'm going to do it today, but I would like to take these door handles off on both sides. They're both chipped, that chrome's falling off. And I just want to spray paint them a nice silver. I have some silver laying around. I think I'll try it with, but I am going to have to sand those down and paint them as well, along with this cover. So I don't know if I'm going to do this in the door handles right now. I may, depending how far I get, but the goal for right now is to just basically clean them up, because I do think they're going to take me a good amount of time. They may not, they may take me 20 minutes. So that's the goal for right now. Paint that stereo cover, paint that little bin, and then clean the doors. Let's get at it. Alright guys, it is the next morning. I ended up finishing up the front interior last night. Started to get dark like right at the end, so it kind of worked out perfect. But guys, check out this interior. Look at this thing. If you didn't just watch this whole thing get done, you'd have no idea how ugly this was. I mean, the paint came out great. I'm really impressed how well that looks. The screen is clean, there's no more paint on the buttons. I mean, the whole dash looks sharp. I still need to paint that silver centerpiece of the steering wheel. I mean, look how sharp this is. I did miss a spot. I need to clean in here still. I forgot these two little spots. So I'll get that today. But overall, I mean, what a giant transformation. I could not be happier with how well this turned out. So I forgot to tell you guys, but basically when I was peeling off this centerpiece, to get this off, there's two screws held back behind this little plastic cover with the little gates here. So I ended up having to take off this whole cover just to get these two screws so I could pull that out and paint it. But while I was doing that, I realized it looks like someone tried to do the same exact thing beforehand and they cracked this plastic. So I just plastic welded it quick just to give it some strength before I put it back in there. It is pretty stiff. It worked out pretty well when I was putting it in. I feel very confident it's gonna have strength from now on. But overall, guys, I'm super ecstatic how well this turned out. I cleaned all the little vent holes everywhere. It looks awesome. Very happy and proud of how great this turned out. Now, my next goal is to start doing the plastic on the pillars up here on both sides, and I'm also going to start the side doors. I believe there's still a lot of grime on that one. I don't think this one will be as bad, but that one's definitely gonna have a lot of paint, a lot of little things to just nick off and clean. This interior definitely is taking me a long time, but it has been a major transformation. Very happy with how well it's coming out. So that's the goal. Let's get at it. The doors and the front door panels are clean. Everything is coming out amazing. I'm very happy. I am curious about the last parts, but check out the doors. Just look how sharp everything is turning out. I mean, I really don't think the camera does justice how bad this was to how clean it now is. Like, it really does look like the car was never a work van at all. Still have to do the seat belts, which I'll probably do a little later, but I mean, the doors just look so dang good. Now, my next goal is to do these back panels. These are probably gonna be the most superficial. I don't think they'll be too bad, but they probably look like they're the worst. That's what I'm thinking. I think most of these marks down here will all be sheetrock. There might be some paint for sure. I think this up here might be paint. Let's see. Oh, looks like sheetrock, so we might get lucky. So yeah, I would like to tackle these next. I might grab the torch. I honestly don't know if I'll even do the torch anymore. We'll have to see. If there's a lot of scratches, then I'll probably grab the torch and burn. Just kind of test if it even works. But I'm not too concerned anymore. I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyway, that is the goal. Let's get at it. All right, the back panels came out awesome. I'm very pleased with them. I can't believe how long this is taking me. These two videos have been like probably almost 16 to 20 hours, somewhere in there by now. It's a lot of details, a lot of cleaning, a lot of patience. It's kind of weird. It's kind of meditative in a sense, but check it out. There's definitely still some marks, but I mean, compared to what it was and all that white and black smears everywhere, it is amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna get to the torch this episode or if I'm even gonna do it. Most of this I don't think is as noticeable anymore. Still might do it, but I honestly can't find my gas, so I don't know if I'm still gonna do it or not. But yeah, it did come out pretty dang good. So it's cool. I mean, all the plastics and the ceiling are done now. Well, almost all the plastics. This is the next goal. This is the center console that actually removes. There's like a little handle underneath that like releases a latch to it. It's pretty cool, but you can basically take the whole thing out and put it somewhere else when you need to, and then put it back in, lock it in place. There's also power to it, and there's like these little power prongs in the floorboard that connect to it. It's a really neat setup. But for right now, that is the goal that we're going to tackle next, is to clean this thing, which is probably the dirtiest out of everything, and probably the most technical to clean. Fingers crossed it isn't. Really hoping to get this done fairly quick. The light is running out, and I would still like to get some more things done, but we'll see. Anyway, that is the goal. Let's get at it. I finished up the center console. It looks really good. I'm very happy about it. I apologize if the audio is off. Something went wrong with the microphone. I'm using my headset, so hopefully this sounds decent to you guys. Apologies if it doesn't. I'm gonna figure out something by the next episode, but check out the center console. So I ended up painting it, which stinks because right now it is starting to drizzle, just a few drops of water out here. But I ended up painting all the black spots and they came out pretty good. I'm pretty dang impressed with it. The inside is even better. I still have to vacuum up everything. This inside is way better. The only thing that stinks is this white paint was really hard. I can't get it off. It's just not worth it, I don't think. And then the bottom slides all the way back. It's super clean. So again, very happy with how it turned out. You won't even notice when this thing's in the car that all this work has been done. I'm so happy with how everything is turning out. I can't believe it. From the front all the way to the back. Oh, you guys can't even see that, can you? It's just, it looks awesome. So what I will be doing in the next episode is seats out, vacuum the floor, scrub the floor, vacuum the seats, scrub the seats. I still have to hit one of the headliner parts again, basically where the sun or moonroof is. I want to hit that one more time. You can kind of see where I cleaned the one line and then the rest I just left. So definitely going to clean that up. I think I will also be taking like a little cutter to some of the fabric that's loose and kind of trim it up, some of the loose hairs on it. It's like this little razor thing that I have. And then hopefully once I'm done with that, I'm hoping that won't take the whole episode, that I can actually clean this car, and I want to work on starting to paint the front bumper. Again, I don't know if I'll reach in the next episode. Everything's taken me a while with this. It's like so many little details. But I think now that we're down to just the rug and the seats, that should take me like a day, maybe two. There's a lot of seat there, but it shouldn't be too long. But I do want to start tackling some of these paint issues, like that big chip, the corner that's been scuffed with everything, along with there's some cracks in the paint here on that corner as well. I think on this corner as well. There's a lot of like just little stuff. There's, looks like tar there, some type of tar here, just a lot of little specks. There's tar, I just found out when I was close to this is like sprayed with something black, which I think is new tar. I don't know how it's gonna come off, so we're gonna find out. That spot I already showed you guys. I don't think the trunk's too bad. Yeah, again, see like this. I don't even know. It might be paint. It's thick. Might just be paint. I might be able to get it off fairly easy. Yeah, another little scuff here. Luckily the panels look pretty good. Oh, the other thing I need to do, totally keep forgetting about, is I need to paint this little crack here. And there's 3 little dents, which you don't notice when it's dirty, but when it's clean, I think they're gonna be prevalent. There's one here, and there's a third one somewhere else. Oh, maybe not, maybe there's just 2. Okay, so anyway, sorry. Definitely the next episode will be the carpet and the seats, and then the interior should be done. I mentioned to you guys I got this cheap because it was having an issue with it dying once it's warmed up. I had this happen to me once, but it only happened when my fuel was extremely low. Like I should have went to the gas station, but I skipped it. I was already on the empty sign up, and I went up this hill and I punched it. And then at the top of the hill, once it leveled back out, I like had stopped and stalled out. It was like I had ran out of fuel, or like the fuel filter might have been a little clogged. So I'm thinking it might not have anything to do with this. It would still send some of those similar codes off, like the can't read the coolant fan, can't read the fuel pump, like, because the, shoot, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Let me know, guys, if it would do that. If it would just die out like that, if it would cut signal to the fuel pump or pop a code for that. Also, if it would pop a code for the coolant. Yeah, if you guys could let me know down below, I'd really appreciate that. But anyway, guys, with all that said, I think that is going to wrap up this episode. I'm sorry, I wanted to get more done this episode. I did get a lot done, but it was just tedious, tiny bits of work. Also, check out this sunset. I don't know how good that comes up for you, but this looks awesome out here. I wonder how good it actually shows up for you guys. Sorry. Yeah, I wish I had gotten more done. It was just such tedious, minute little bits of work. It took a lot of time. I'm pretty whooped. It was a lot of bending over, a lot of crunching, a little squeezing into places. I am kind of happy to relax right now. But with all that being said, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll catch you again on Thursday. Later, guys.